let's start with the extra panel, bioelectricity and sugarcane, reducing emissions, adding value to the domestic network. First, I would like to introduce the panel members, and I have some announcements to make about the mobile phones. If you could please leave them on vibe mode. All the information about this event are at the website of the summit. The presentations will be made first and the Q&A session will be at the end. And questions will be made in writing. Please send here because they will be answered at the Q&A session. So to my right, Professor Nivalde, who will make one of the presentations, Professor Carlos Silvestrin, and Sergio. I would like to start with my presentation, if possible. So the idea is to talk about the bioelectricity the effectiveness of this current, this last auctions. And we also have enrolled some mills in the list, and we have found interesting details about how they are equipped and ready for future generation. And at the end, a brief conclusion. It's about 6 slides for a brief introduction for the presentation. So first, we have a busy slide here with the data about the 2007-2008 crop. São Paulo state accounts for 60% of a production of sugarcane, ethanol, and sugar. First information, we have listed 168 plants or mills with the help of CESP. We've used the inspection reports that CESP has about the mills, and we have a website that will be released for public access shortly, listing all the mills and their characteristics. It's important new information about the energy, the power that's traded in the energy auctions. All the auctions that have been carried out, 6 or 7 of them, has all the data and the power that it's been traded at such auctions. Something we have used as a measure for the state is what is the incoming energy from bagasse. We have survey data with CCA, and it used to be in 2007 43 plants, and 14 more plants were added in 2008, or mills, by that added energy. So at CCEE, there is a measurement instrument, and you can measure how much they have exported. So the average megawatts in production is 300 in 2007 and 379 in 2008, with a difference of 79. Well, the only distributor that can place the energy at your home is CPFL, and we estimate that an additional 100 megawatts on average are also the installed load or charge that are being delivered to homes. The main findings we've obtained are here. There were entries of connection, licensing, environmental permits. There was the success was very low in terms of vendors and listed mills. The success rate was very low. We did a connection work identifying 105 mills, and there was a review and adjustments regarding procedures and regulatory access or access regulation for access. There was a commitment protocol of zero burn, and in fact we have two decrees that were enacted in the state. One about ICMS between cogeneration and sugar and alcohol production, and the licensing permits. They used to pay a tax or a charge like a thermoelectric plant, and now they use a different process as a sugar and ethanol mill. The database we have has some interesting information. There's a total number of boils in those 168 mills of 366 or 439 total number of boilers, of which 366 up to 21 bars. So you can do the retrofit of the boilers to have some added energy. This is the location of the 168 mills, and here you can see the cogeneration complex and the potential for retrofit of these mills. Those that go from 21 bar to 60 bar, they could have twice the excess power, and 47% of these mills with 21 bar boilers are more than 20 years old, so they need replacement anyway. With added pressure, you could have added power as well. This is a mill we visited last year that has been using the straw, and you can see the excess capacity you can generate just from bagasse. You can have an excess of 30. With the straw, you almost double that to 50 megawatts excess power. Which is a great energy output. In 2006, we have a picture of a snapshot of the mills with 21, 42, 60, and 90 bar in terms of pressure of the boilers. And this is an exercise to see how these boilers could be replaced and how much excess power could be generated from such replacement. So at least we'd have an excess power of 3,300 megawatts. If all of them were converted into 90 bar, there would be 5,600 megawatts. This is why we say there is an Itaipu hidden in the cogeneration grid. In green, you have the renewable energy, and in orange, the non-renewable. This state has a slightly above rate of terms of renewable energy. In Brazil, it's about 52-53% of our end consumption of energy is renewable, and up to 2020, we forecast this figure to grow in up to 10% of renewable energy, and all this growth will be based on bioenergy from sugarcane, basically, because our basis of renewable energies are the main hydroelectric power plants, Paranapanema, Paraná system, and cogeneration from bagasse. And finally, in 2008, we have brought the ONS, the national operator of the system, to study with us, and now they coordinate the entire study. And we have an agreement with EPE, I'm sorry, to inform the forecast growths in a 10-year period to the state authorities. There's a proposal by UNICA and COGEN so that São Paulo could have a further study on that. Next week there will be a meeting at EPE to start and render this study operational. Making the use of straw feasible is something that's being studied by the University of Piracicaba and also the plants, the mills around it, that region. The potential is enormous. There are some adjustments have been made by ANEL, but there are some shortcomings regarding the area of sharing. And also the regulation regarding the auctions. Something we need still to further develop that's important for the industry. No matter what the source of generation, wind, bioelectricity, but we need to have some predictability. So we need to know in the next 4 to 5 years what will be the next bids or auctions, and what is the aggregate energy mass that's being expected in order for the mills to be ready for that. And this was basically what I had to say. Now I would like to introduce our speakers. We'll talk about how bioelectricity and the other sources of energy complement each other, and energy safety provided by this technological generation option. I would now call Paulo Silvestrin. He has a degree in industrial engineering by FEI, in degree in marketing by Fundação Getúlio Vargas, and management development by USP. He was the commercial manager of CESP. He's been working for UNICA since 2006 through the Paulista Association of Cogeneration of Energy, COGEN, where he's the executive vice president. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, UNICA, and this invitation to present bioelectricity in order to add value to the national grid. I would like to please excuse me, but I'll make a joke here. We are on the third day. I'm sure you are tired of listening so many suggestions, so it's nice to be a little bit provocative. This thought I would like to ask you to is to mention the Ministry Camilo Pena, that has been a fighter since the creation of Proálcool, and we recently met, and he said the synergy between bioelectricity and ethanol